Especially in Tamil Nadu, most of the Madras port or the Chennai port, there's a Tuticorin port and small ports. Most of the places, drugs are coming inside to Tamil Nadu. Chennai, Tamil Nadu becomes center of the narcotic drugs. The present government, DMK government, is encouraging this kind of drug menace, that state. Because when the consignments coming from other countries, the consignments are coming to other countries. That's the name of some other goods, but actually narcotic drugs are coming to Tamil Nadu. That is prevailing. It is because of that narcotic the present government failed to control.
Please do not allegate against present government.
No, I am telling, sir, this is the what is happening. I am telling.
Mention only narcotics. That's
narcotics, because the narcotics are most of the consignments coming from other countries. It affecting the state, law and order. Many people are drugs. Youth are accustomed to take this drug. It affecting the new generation. That is a law and order problems there. Custodial deaths also are taking place because of that. Even police people giving these narcotics to the people in the Tamil Nadu and killing this kind of making arrest, custodial deaths. Recently it happened when Tamil Nadu would have heard this kind of happened, the police death in Tuticorin area and also in Chennai also. This is what I want to bring to the notice of the Honorable Minister through you. This kind of drugs, when the DMK government is encouraging and doing this kind of
not taking action, taking on the subject. You are very experienced man, you know the rules.
See that how to control this kind of drugs coming from Tamil Nadu. I am supporting the bill introduced by Honorable Minister. As he said, I was also shipping minister previously Vajpayee government, you know very well. Because at that time also we changed many rules. Now also I am appreciating the Narendra Modi ji has brought so many reforms in the bills. Sir, one thing I want to say, the consignment, when sending so many narcotic drugs they are sending. Especially in Tamil Nadu, most of the Madras port or the Chennai port, there's a Tuticorin port and small ports. Most of the places, drugs are coming inside to Tamil Nadu. Chennai, Tamil Nadu becomes center of the narcotic drugs. The present government, DMK government, is encouraging this kind of drug menace, that state. Because when the consignments coming from other countries, the consignments are coming to other countries. That's the name of some other goods, but actually narcotic drugs are coming to Tamil Nadu. That is prevailing. It is because of that narcotic the present government failed to control.
Please do not allegate against present government.
No, I am telling, sir, this is the what is happening. I am telling.
Mention only narcotics. That's
narcotics, because the narcotics are most of the consignments coming from other countries. It affecting the state, law and order. Many people are drugs. Youth are accustomed to take this drug. It affecting the new generation. That is a law and order problems there. Custodial deaths also are taking place because of that. Even police people giving these narcotics to the people in the Tamil Nadu and killing this kind of making arrest, custodial deaths. Recently it happened when Tamil Nadu would have heard this kind of happened, the police death in Tuticorin area and also in Chennai also. This is what I want to bring to the notice of the Honorable Minister through you. This kind of drugs, when the DMK government is encouraging and doing this kind of not taking action, taking on the subject.
You are very experienced man, you know the rules.
See that how to control this kind of drugs coming from Tamil Nadu and see that there will be a peaceful. The elections also coming now. The people are upset from the present government's fail to maintain the law and order, especially this drug menace. That is why I requesting the central government to take necessary action and see that this kind of activities must be somehow curtailed and see this. This is I am requesting you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sir, based on the runway constraints, which the only honorable member has also mentioned, the Patna airport is a smaller runway, sir, where there are restricted operations with the load penalty only and which is very much thoroughly followed by the regulator and the airline operator also, so that safe operations happen at the Patna airport. And whenever these kind of incidents happen, they are properly investigated and ensured that the next time these kind of incidents don't happen. But when it comes to the futuristic solution on having wide body operations and having long overhaul operations from these areas, then it is proposed to have a new airport only, Greenfield Airport. But as this airport is restricted, and if you want to expand the runway also, it is physically impossible, because there is railway track on one side and there is a clock tower on the other side, and without the land you can't expand the runway also. So within the stipulated runway of what you have mentioned to be 2,100 meters, to have these wide body operations is not at all possible. So an alternate runway which can cater for the wide body operations is being considered. In the budget also, a greenfield airport for the city of Patna has been proposed. So we are actively looking into this solution by creating alternative airport.
Dr. V. Sivdasan. Dr. V. Sivdasan. Dr. V. Sivdasan,
Yes,
you
sir.
have a question,
Yes, sir.
supplementary.
Yes, sir.
It relates to Patna Airport.
Yes, sir. My question is related to the.
Patna Airport.
Sir, my question is related to airport, sir. Yes, Patna Airport. In his answer, our respected minister says the commercial viability of the functioning of airport. My question is, sir, the commercial viability. The word commercial viability. In my hometown, one airport is there, Kannur Airport. There we have requested the government, continuously request, not only from our party and the parties and the government of Kerala requested the point of call status, sir, but they are not ready to allow the point of call status. If the theory of commercial viability is there, then why they are not allowing the point of call status?
I request
Kannur Airport?
you, its question relates to Patna. If
I am
ministers,
expecting the answer from
Hello,
the
if minister
honorable
considers he can reply.
Favorable
Please.
answer I am expecting from the
Please.
government.
Honorable member has been time and again requesting this point of call for Kannur Airport, sir. But if you had heard my answer, which I have answered before, I have mentioned that the first is to have the point of call in the air service agreement with that country. Only then the commercial viability comes into it. It's not the other way around, where the country works out the commercial viability and then looks at this.
Let him reply. Only minister's reply is good.
On this specific issue, sir,
Please.
Kerala is the only state where 3 airports already have point of call. 3 airports already have point of call, and this is the 4th airport which is coming for discussion. And there is an option for our Indian aircraft operators to fly from Kannur to any destination. It is all open. Only for the foreign carriers to come to that place, you need the point of call. So there is no complete restriction as such that without point of call you can't travel internationally. The Indian airline operators can travel to these destinations. And you also have to keep in mind, sir, that the point of call is given between the geopolitical relations is also taken into account between these 2 countries. And you have to see that India has so many airports now, you can't open all the airports to point of call, and you can't fly to 1 or 2 destinations in that country also. These are certain things that we also have to keep in mind, that when you want to open a country to all the locations, then you have to have an equal level playing field. And for Kerala Airport, you already have 3 points of call, and definitely if the time arises, and if the need arises, and if both the countries agree, then we will keep it as a point of call.
Thank you. Last supplementary on question number 1. माननीय धर्मशिला गुप्ता जी.
आपका आभार आदरणीय उपाध्यक्ष महोदय। गुजरात के सूरत और अहमदाबाद जैसे मुख्य शहरों में हमारे बिहार के लाखों निवासी नौकरी और व्यापार के लिए गुजरात में बसे हुए हैं, जिनमें से अधिकांश का परिवार बिहार में ही रहते हैं। अतः आपके माध्यम से माननीय मंत्री महोदय से निवेदन है कि पटना से सूरत हेतु सीधी हवाई यात्रा की सुविधा और अहमदाबाद के लिए केवल एक ही फ्लाइट है, उसे बढ़ाकर 2 उड़ानें
ये आपका सुझाव है? सवाल
Put it, sir, we will forward it to the airlines.
Thank you. So now we move to question number 2. Mani Shri Ashok Rao Shankar Rao Chauhan. Mani Mantri ji.
Question number 2.
Yes. First supplementary,
answer
Mani
has been
Ashok
placed on the
Rao
table.
Shankar Rao Chauhan ji. First supplementary.
Honorable Chairman, sir, the incident involving the London-bound Air India flight in Ahmedabad is extremely serious, and it is imperative to determine the exact causes of this incident to ensure passenger safety. What caused the fuel supply to the engines cut off is an issue which still remains unresolved. We all know that the Boeing 787 Dreamliner is an aircraft heavily reliant on electrical and electronic-based systems. This is the background of the entire issue. And one may recollect that on January 17, 2019, a Boeing Dreamliner operated by Japan's All Nippon Airways, flying from Tokyo, Haneda to Osaka, experienced an unexpected engine shutdown after landing, suspected to be caused by a software or computer glitch. In the light of this precedent, has any clarification been sought from Boeing, the engine manufacturer, GE Aerospace, Genex, and Honeywell, which provides avionics, propulsion systems, landing systems, cockpit and cabin electronics, and various components for this aircraft regarding the Ahmedabad incidents? And also, we understand that a number of airlines world over have grounded their Boeing 787 Dreamliner fleets after the Ahmedabad air crash. So I would like to know from the Honorable Minister that is this a malfunction in the aircraft's electrical system? Could the same issue that caused the electrical failure system also have led to the interruption of the fuel supply to the engines? So all these issues come to the fore. And going by the conversation which was recorded in the cockpit voice recorder, the fuel supplies to the engine was cut off. The recorded conversation indicated that neither the captain nor the co-pilot manually cut off the fuel switch. This raises a significant question. So we would like to know from the Honorable Minister that going by the preliminary report which has just been received, what is the cause of this shutdown of both the engines? Was it electrical failure or electronic failure? Or what are the preliminary findings which would lead to us to know the exact causes of these incidents?
Thank you.
Chairman, sir, the honourable member has asked a very serious and very comprehensive question regarding the incident that has happened in Ahmedabad. Sir, I would like to start by answering that the investigation process, which is according to the international protocol, the norms which were set by International Civil Aviation Organization, where the state of operation should have their investigation body, and we have our own investigation body, which is the Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau, which got into the investigation process right after the incident with the subject experts into the site, and they have started their process according to the international protocol, and they have involved subject matter experts, all the international necessary people who are supposed to be participating in the investigation, and they have gone through the first set of investigation process, and they have given us the preliminary report. And if you look at the preliminary reports, sir, AIB, as for the first time, so whenever these incidents happen, and if the black box gets damaged, black box is the flight data recorder, which has all the necessary information which gets recorded. And whenever there is a slight damage that happens, it was always, it came to that point, sir, where we were sending the black box outside to the original equipment manufacturer and getting it decoded from that state of manufacture only. And it was for the first time that as a country, India took a stand that the black box which was achieved, even if it was further future action on, it can be the Boeing 787 or the series or the fuel switches and many things which have come under question, or the avionics which you have also mentioned in your question. To have a definitive answer and a definitive future correction measures, we have to look at the final report, sir. And I can say this to the House and through you to the people of this country also, that the AIB has a very definitive, thorough, rule-based process. They are very transparently looking into the process right now, and they are totally unbiased. This also I can say that the AIB is totally unbiased and looking into the facts. Now, there can be many questions also. I have seen multiple articles by the Indian media, but also the Western media trying to promote their own narrative, their own viewpoint, their own kind of consideration. But I have to tell you that the way we are seeing the investigation is through the facts. We want to stand by the truth, not what is happening with the pilots or not what is happening with the Boeing or not what is happening with the Air India or any other stakeholder which is this. We want to stand by the truth. We want to find out what exactly happened, and that is only going to be coming out once the final report has been placed. So we have to respect the process of investigation, and once that process of investigation has happened, then we can talk about what happened and how it happened and then the corrective measures. If we talk about the other incidents that would have happened before, let it be the Air Nippon, Japanese Airways or any other airways for that fact, every time any incident happens in any country, then the same process is followed, where the investigation body gets into the process of investigation, and once the thorough investigation is done and the final report is placed, only then the corrective measures to all these countries and all these airline operators and all the regulators is sent so that the corrective action is being done. And this has happened in the previous incidences also. Wherever there was any incident happened, whenever there was a mandatory suggestive correction measures that were supposed to be done through the international protocol, it is mandatory for every state regulator to follow these and every airline operator to follow these. And we have thoroughly, without any negligence, we have thoroughly followed all the corrective and suggestive measures from the ICAO international protocol.
Thank you. Second supplementary.
Chairman, sir, as we are all aware that the DGCA is the cornerstone of aviation safety in our country. But as we know, that in spite of these serious incidents which have taken place in our country at this Ahmedabad incidents or the earlier whatever accidents have taken place, the DGCA is functioning at 50% of its sanctioned strength, technical strength. It's a very serious issue. I'd like to know from the Honorable Minister whether the government acknowledges this acute shortage in technical personnel within the DGCA, and what urgent and time-bound steps are being taken to fill these critical vacancies so that the regulator is fully equipped to safeguard the lives of lakhs of passengers who rely on air travel every day. Thank you.
Sir, we all know the kind of progress civil aviation took in the last 10 years, and I have also been time and again talking about the tremendous numbers depicting the growth that we have seen in the country, right, in the number of aircrafts or the passengers that travel through who prefer air travel, or the number of airports. Everything has almost doubled in the last 10 years or more than doubled in the last 10 years, sir. Even after we see that the COVID, which was a major road break for civil aviation, we have crossed the pre-COVID numbers and we are seeing a tremendous growth in civil aviation network. And this is why we from the ministry also recommended that we need to create more posts in this DGCA so that the surveillance or the safety or the security of civil aviation is very much intact with the tremendous robust growth that we are seeing. And this post that we are seeing which are vacant, which has come to discussion, is the posts which have been created in last year and over the period of last 2 to 3 years. And we have to understand that creation of posts and recruitment of posts is a continuous process. And there is UPSC which is also involved. And we from the ministry are in continuous discussion. And last year itself we have recruited 103 posts, which in the history of DGCA was the highest number of posts which was recruited. And this year we have planned to recruit 190. Where UPSC also has come forward, and by October, end of October, we are going to recruit 190 posts for this DGCA. And the other thing, which is more practical that I want to tell the House, is that these are very niche and technical posts. It's not like we have a huge pool. This is a limited pool of subject matter experts, let it be the engineers or the pilots or medical experts, aviation related experts. This is a very specific pool of people that we are trying to pick up from. And it is a very tough process of picking up the right people, because these are going to be the regulators, these are going to be the inspectors, these are going to take care of the safety. So the recruitment process is also a very rigorous process, and we are doing our, we have taken notice of this thing also, and it has been continuing process, and we are putting more pressure so that the timelines for the recruitment also come down, and very soon we are in the process of achieving 90% of these vacancies also to be recruited.
Thank you. Third supplementary, Manisri R. Girirajan.
Thank you, sir. I would like to know from the Honourable Minister whether the government has formed any high-level committee and formulated any new norms and procedures to be adopted and complied during the safety audits and routine inspections of each and every flight before the takeoff, and to provide special refresher training to ensure the physical, mental and emotional stability of the pilots are stable and fit to fly after they complete the 1,000 hours of flight. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, like I said, after the incident itself, aircraft investigation bureau, they are running the investigative process into finding out how and why the incident happened. And on the other side, overlooking in a holistic approach on the safety measures and what can be done further. Because not only within the country, we are also trying to study other countries across the world where there might be better safety measures in their own countries. So we have also formed a high-level committee under the chairmanship of Home Secretary, and all important people from the aviation are also participating in it. And they are calling people from multiple sectors who are necessary to give more suggestions regarding this. And it is an ongoing process, sir. It was formed right after the incident, and it has got a timeline of 3 months so that they can have multiple meetings within this. And the question which has been put up by the honorable member is also discussed within that committee, and we are all hoping that they come up with some good measures. We already have very robust safety mechanism in the country. We all have to be aware of this process, that it is not that something extravagant or something outside the box is required for the country. We have a very good safety mechanism. Today, if you look at the numbers, today domestically there are 2,909 departures that are happening in the country. 2,909. And internationally, if you look, 624. So overall, the number of departures that are happening every day from the country, 3,500. And around 5 lakh passengers are traveling every day by air. Even today, these are numbers that I have taken from today. So 5 lakh passengers are traveling safely every day. 3,500 flights are taking off every day from the country. So we have a very good process, but we are not stopping there. We want things to be brought down to zero in terms of incidents or anything. That is the process that we have. That is the integrity that we have, and that is the target that we have. So we are being more open now to the suggestions that are coming into our side, and we are looking at the international process also, and some of the countries where they feel, because ICAO, which is the International Civil Aviation Organization, always has a third eye on all the countries which are running operations, which are having these civil aviation networks, because civil aviation is not a thing where it is just within the country. It is not limited within the country. There are airlines from our country which are registered in India going into other countries and picking up and traveling passengers of other countries also. And likewise, other countries, airlines are coming into our country and they are picking up our passengers. So this is a global thing. And all the countries which are having these civil aviation departments or ministries or sectors, they all have to comply with the Civil Aviation Organization, International Civil Aviation Organization protocols. And we have been very committed to maintain those protocols. And we have a very effective score of 85 in the International Civil Aviation Organization safety score. And there are other countries, and you have to imagine the numbers that India has. We have more than 160 airports in the country. And I've given you the number of passengers that are traveling every day. In other countries, you might say that New Zealand or UAE or this thing, how many airports they have? 1, 2, 3. And we are operating at such a vast scale. And that is not like an excuse I'm putting, but that is the kind of growth that we have seen in the country, and the kind of growth we are trying to maintain by also having a 100% safe and secure civil aviation network.